Hey guys, Stephen Gilbert here with SoulWeb.org, where internet marketing meets integrity. And I have a really cool show for you today. Pretty much one of the emails that I get, like the same type of email that I get most often, is something along the lines of, Steve, I need a way that's guaranteed to make money. I don't have enough time to mess up and try. I mean, I need it now and I need it to work. And I need to be legit. And you know, that stuff is really hard to find. But fortunately today, we actually have something like that. Something that even if you have zero experience, it is a complete A to Z system that other newbies have been using to make tens of thousands of dollars a month. And we're kind of going to talk about it today and kind of see what it's all about. So John Bautel, the one and only, he is here today with me, and we're just going to kind of talk about this and talk about, you know, what it is and you know, how many people it's helped and what kind of results you can expect like that. So the product is called Ecom Domination. And yeah, John, so tell me about Ecom Domination. What is it, first of all?
Well, first of all, Stephen, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
The Ecom Domination, basically what happened is I've been running an ecom business for about 15 years. And I got together with Sam England, who I'm sure you know, who's also been running an ecom business for about 15 years, completely independently. And we said, well, let's have a look at what we know and see if there's some common ground there. And when we looked at the kind of different trainings that each of us had, there was absolutely nothing that overlapped. So it was like, well, let's put these two things together and make the biggest, baddest, most complete ecom training that's ever been released, and package it together with all the tools that everybody would need to be able to go from completely green, never done anything, to actually earning money full or part-time with ecom.
And so when you say ecom, you mean we're talking Shopify, Amazon, that type of thing, right?
Yeah, we don't cover Shopify simply because, honestly, I think it's a little bit of a fad. It's just a platform to sell products. There've been others before, and there'll be others after. So we don't cover Shopify, but everything else.
So pretty much, you're going to, you know, be teaching people how to sell things. I assume it's some sort of middleman. We'll get to that in a minute. Tell me about some of the people who have done this method so far and what kind of results they got. You know, newer people and their experiences.
We got some great testimonials on the sales page. What's really nice about this system is it's taking people, stay-at-home moms who were just looking to get a little bit of extra income that they could do in the part-time, and it's taken them and allowed them to actually realize that they could do so much more than just a little bit of purse money. Just part-time by using ecom. And then we have other people that have really gone seriously into it and are making $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a month. And they're doing it from their houses. They're not got big warehouses. They're not having to, take big premises. The overhead is very, very small.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. Sometimes people are like, well, how much money do I need to get started? You know, so what are they looking at cost-wise if they try to implement this method? Is it something where they get paid first, then they pay somebody, or do they have to have, money, like a lot of money, or what? Like, what are we looking at?
They could, it actually, in the training, we go through multiple different methods. You could actually do this with zero upfront expense, other than the program and the software that we were talking about. But in order to build the business after you've got the training, you could do it with zero upfront expense, because we don't concentrate on paid traffic like a lot of people do. Our system centers around driving free traffic. Because, and I spoke to somebody else about this the other day. Most of the systems out there that teach ecom are trying to teach you, get a Facebook ad, drill down into the audience, drive that to your offer, and then convert it from there. The difficulty with that is people aren't on Facebook to buy products. They're just not.
True, yeah.
They're there to look at cat pictures and videos of people falling over and news and all the rest of it. But with our system, we're getting to people who are literally typing in best deal on harmonicas, best deal on guitar strings, just off the top of my head. And they have their credit cards in hand. So the conversion rate for the kind of traffic that we're driving is way, way higher.
Yeah, buying traffic.
Yeah, exactly. All buying traffic.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so what would you say makes Ecom Domination unique compared to other e-commerce courses out there? You know, why is this one different?
Well, there's a few different ones. Number one is the amount of experience that Sam and I have. You're talking about 30 years of experience and millions of dollars of sales of products. That's the number one, just the quality of the training in there. Number two is everybody else is concentrating on Shopify. Now, Shopify has its merit. I'm not taking that away from it. It really brought ecom to the forefront. But there are a million other ways to sell your product apart from Shopify, and we concentrate on eBay, Amazon, and put our personal favorite, self-hosted, where you're not paying fees to somebody else just for selling your damn product.
Yeah, those fees, man, they will eat at your bottom line.
Yeah.
In any kind of online business, it's insane. You know, there's so many payment fees. Who would you say is the target audience for this? Like, who's going to benefit the most if they were to pick this up and implement it?
Well, in terms of benefiting the most, in terms of growth, it's got to be people who are completely fresh and new to any kind of e-commerce or even online sales at all, simply because they've got the biggest growth potential. Mm-hmm. For them, they can be taken right from complete novice right the way through to expert in this course, and it'll be the only course they ever need to buy to do that.
So the course then is pretty much you teach them everything they need to know, but then you also give them all the tools they need as well.
Exactly. Yeah, to either speed things up, make things easier. The software that's included in the front end is absolutely stellar. It'll work anywhere. We've got some of it's cloud hosted. The rest of it is Adobe Air. So it's going to work on everything. And the first two pieces are going to help them discover which products are going to be the hot sellers, which is kind of important. You want to find hot selling products right out the gate so that you get your confidence up and you're getting some sales coming through. So that's actually going to prospect out the hottest products in Amazon and eBay and show you where those products are really doing well, so that you can go out there and find a manufacturing source or a supply source and do a deal to get that supplied, probably in drop shipping initially.
Right, and for those watching, drop shipping is basically just where you take the customer's address, you pass it on to another company, they ship it, ship the item, and you keep the profit. It's a good way to start with e-com and really just make money. All right. We kind of talked about, your earnings and the earnings of, some of the newer people that have, implemented this training and the results they've gotten. But, what could someone, if someone, say it's the ideal person, yep, they go through every video, they do everything exactly how you tell them, how fast could they expect to start getting results, and what would those results look like?
Well, I don't know whether you've had a chance to actually get into the training yet, Stephen, but it's pretty expansive. There's a lot of stuff there. Now, you don't have to, in order to get started, you don't have to finish it, but you're going to want to get a chunk in. So we recognize that. We recognize there's a lot to learn, particularly for the newbie. So what we decided to do is we were going to extend the regular kind of guarantee on products. And instead of it being 30 days, we're going to drop that out to 60 days because we know it takes a little bit longer for people to get moving with ecom. And so it's a 60-day guarantee. And we reckon probably within a month, most people, if they're committed, they're going to be able to see some returns.
Yeah, and they can kind of take this as high as they want. I mean, yeah, I'm looking over here at your video. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars you guys have made doing this. I mean, it's and this isn't just Shopify. This is literally like outside shop. So this is big stuff. Yeah. And I'm looking at your testimonials too. These are brand new people. Yeah. That are succeeding with this. No prior experience. So, I think what I like most about it is how you can really, maybe you only do it on the part-time, make a little bit of money, or you could actually make a full-time business out of it.
Yeah, and I think that's what most people want to do. They want to find. I know that I certainly did. When I was first starting out, like 15 years ago, I was like dead broke. I had nothing. I couldn't have afford to just throw it all away and just say, okay, I'm going to do this now. I had to figure something out and then leave. And that's what ecom did for me. It allowed me to dip my toe in, earn an income part-time until I thought, yeah, I can do this full-time now.
So it comes with everything you need. It's a complete A to Z training where if you're a complete newbie and by the end of it, you'll be an expert. Could you give us just a preview of like the members area by chance?
Yeah. Do you want me to share screen?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool.
Hang on just one second. Well, what I can do is I can give you both, because there's actually two separate areas, because there's like a membership within a membership as well.
All right.
So hang on, let me just share screen here. Trying to find which one it is. Hang on, let me move.
Yeah, sorry to put you on the spot.
No,
let's see how in depth it is and how.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
That's 100% fine. There it is. Right, just trying to get the right window for you guys. Let me just share that one first. Okay, so this is actually inside like my personal system within the whole system. Okay. Because I specialized in doing physical product subscriptions. So, you know, like Dollar Shave Club, that's the kind of thing I did.
Oh, wow.
And so I teach that as a whole separate training system and software. So this is mine on its own. So you have obviously the intro kind of stuff, just get over to that. That's right here. And it's split into various modules in introduction, mindset, the subscription business explained, type of products that are going to work for that, benefits of the system, and then gives them some homework to do to move forward. Module 2 gets into the more in-depth training where we're talking about, you know, what is a subscription funnel, what kind of products to look for and how to find them, product analysis, finding and sourcing products, supply chain, understanding how and where to find suppliers. And some of this will be duplicated in the other main training as well, but this is specific to subscriptions. So we have all that, and also the software some of the software is contained in this site as well. But let me jump across. Let me just grab the JV access out of here, and I'll jump into the main training site as well.
Okay. So did you create the Dollar Shave Club? Is that you?
Oh God, no, I wish.
I hear commercials for that on the radio now. I mean, that thing blew up.
Yeah, it's crazy. How big those guys got was insane. I think it's valued at something like a $900 million company now.
Whew.
Yeah.
And then so that's what your portion of the training is going to cover, is those subscription type e-commerce things.
Exactly. Things like the the value boxes, like you get Bark Box, stuff like that. That's exactly what I do.
Okay, and then the other side of the training, I'll let you talk about whenever you get it pulled up. So.
Yeah, I've got it up. I've just managed to screw it up. Hang on a second. Let me just pull it out again. I managed to pull it into the wrong window. Jeez, there we go. Right, I think I need to reshare the screen. So let me just cancel that screen share. Hang on, where is it?
It's the green button top left.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So just let me know when you can see that.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the main bulk of the training here. So you can see it has the software here as well, the training, bonus interviews with other ecom people, and just a regular section for bonuses. But let me show you through the training. Okay. So this is the link into my membership right here. And then you have module 1, which is the introduction to e-commerce. You can see there's quite a lot of detail.
Right.
Module 2. In total, there's around about 200 videos.
Yeah. And guys, don't let that daunt you. It's not like every video is 10 minutes long, but what they've kind of done here is broken everything down in a step-by-step, easy to digest format. So you're not getting overloaded, because it's really easy to get information overload. So the way they've set up the course is so that you can, literally do it one step at a time and not miss a beat. And that's what's really going to help you be successful. Sorry, John, I just wanted to let you know.
Absolutely, because I know it can look overwhelming when you see this amount of content. But as I said, remember, you don't have to finish the course in order to start. You can be getting going the moment you start watching the videos, and because it's not, and you don't have to do it all as well, because we cover so many different sections. You can decide that, okay, this is the thing I like to start with, get some success with that, and then maybe come back to the training and say, hey, that's an interesting thing. Let me see if I can learn that as well and add that into my business, because there's so many different factions that certainly Sam has done that I haven't as well. Like Sam's an expert in like bankrupt stock, finding bankrupt stock, but I've never done that. So that's really interesting for me to be able to find those kind of things and go through the training of how to find that kind of real, pennies on the dollar stock that you can flip for huge margins.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. So they get the training, and how many pieces of software do they get too?
It's 5 pieces of custom-built ecom software, all on the front end.
And those softwares are meant to like aid in doing the method. So I assume one finds hot products. I mean, what do the other ones do?
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. There's 2 that find product, one in Amazon, one in eBay, because they're 2 very different marketplaces.
Okay.
And then the third piece of software finds you suppliers for those products.
Okay.
So that's kind of the 2 angles sorted. It's just supply chain all worked out. The third product is a piece of software I had developed to help forecast profits. And it's very specific and very accurate to let you know, okay, if I do this many orders for this much value, that's going to mean this much revenue down the line. And it allows you to plan your sales growth very easily.
Okay.
And then the final piece of software is actually a subscription funnel builder. So what it entails, in fact, I can actually show it you right now.
All right.
Oops.
I assume it's to go with your subscription, ecom training. So you were kind of talking about the self-hosted. This is how you would kind of self-host that, and not
exactly. We host everything for you. You don't have to worry about it with this.
Oh wow! So they don't even have to set up any of that tech. Okay, cool.
Okay, let me just bring up that window again.
So this really just sounds like a really just. I mean, you're even giving.
We try to give them everything.
bookkeeping software almost, So this sounds like a complete business.
That's the aim. That's the aim we were trying to do, right? So yeah, it's funny you should say bookkeeping, because one of the parts of the subscription software, it's a CRM system, so they're going to be able to manage their customers.
Wow.
So
and you walked him through how to not only do the methods but use the softwares and do it how you do it. I mean, because you guys have. I mean, this is an insane amount of sales I'm looking at. I mean, over $1 million, maybe $2 million.
I think if the screenshot I'm thinking about, it's about 1.6 million. But
that's insane.
You have to remember that with ecom, it's not like with digital products. It's not 100% profit. There are lots of overheads to come off that. And I do like to make that clear to everybody that We turned over a lot of money, but we don't get to keep it all, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, but the other good news is you also don't. You can start this for free. You don't have to have a bank loan or even anything like that. I mean, it's all free, and so what you kind of teach them how to do is kind of start with the basics, start free, and then kind of scale up until you get to the point where you're moving $1.6 million, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I would say that the subscription for me, it's kind of like the highest echelon of ecom. It's the most complicated. It's the most things that can go wrong. It's the thing that you have to have all of your stuff worked out. You have to have your supply chain perfect. You have to have your customer service perfect. Everything has to be worked out in order to get into that model correctly. But when you're in there, it's an incredibly profitable model.
That's awesome. So this is a lot of stuff. I can't imagine it's going to be cheap, but I also feel like it's kind of worth it because there is a demand out there for some sort of A to Z system. I mean, people are tired of buying, product after product and not having any success. And with this, the reason I'm so intrigued by it is because it's so in-depth, it's A to Z, and you've just got so many good testimonials from people who have already gone through it, implemented the training, and are making money. So, what kind of price tag are we looking at here for something like this, the 5 softwares and all the training and everything else?
Well, for absolutely everything, let me just shut this window down a second. This is the funnel builder, by the way. It's basically my best-selling subscription funnel, and all you have to do is just click the images, change them for your own images, click the text, change it for your own text, and basically the whole system runs. It's got its own funnel built in, integrates all with Stripe, and will take recurring payments month after month after month for you.
That's so cool.
That's that. So let me just close that down a second there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So the front end is, and it's for 5 days only. Whereas after this, it's going to be shut down completely. It won't even be available. It'll be going on a private webinar tour.
Okay.
And it's going to be $297.
Okay.
But for the first 5 hours on Friday, we're doing a doorbuster discount with $100 off. So for the first 5 hours, you can get it for $197.
Okay. That's nice. That's a little better. And that $197, it gives them everything they need.
Absolutely everything. We could have split that out and put it as O2Os and stuff, but we figured let's try to do it so that somebody doesn't have to make that decision. They don't have to decide, okay, am I gonna, I don't know, take the kids out for dinner, or am I going to invest in this? Let them just do all at the front end. That's what it is. And then the O2Os, they're good, they're great, but obviously they already have everything kind of physical that they need at the front end.
Right, because if you're sitting here and you're like, okay, this is a complete business, if I'm, even if it's me, if I'm going to spend $200, I want to know, or $197, I want to know I have everything they need, which they do. But I guess go ahead. Well, when is this launching? When like the opening?
The doors open at 10 a.m. on Friday the 7th.
Okay, April 7th at 10 a.m. And don't you have some sort of like webinar or something going on right now?
Yeah, we're going to do a live training class on at 9 a.m. right before the doors open, where we're going to actually give you a bit more free training, show you a few little things that we're doing in our business to kind of make it even stronger, and then going to showcase all the software as well, so you're going to be able to see all inside that.
Okay, let me just look here. And if they were to visit the page now and they sign up, do they get training involved in that?
Yeah, we've got 3 separate little training videos there, about half an hour's worth of free training. Gives you a little bit of a taster of the kind of things that is inside the course. And then the web class is going to go a little bit deeper. And then obviously inside the members area is the whole thing completely open.
Okay, so if you guys are watching, but if you click the link below the video, it'll take you to a page with John in a video talking. If you put your email in on that page, that'll start you kind of on the path to the free training, so you can see what kind of what you're going to be learning in the course. And then at 9 a.m. Eastern on Friday the 7th, there's going to be a pre-launch kind of webinar training where they're going to show you everything in the course, show you the software, so you can really see what you're getting before you can make your decision and can decide if it's right for you. So yeah, if you're watching, just head on over to that page and get that free training, because it's some good stuff as well, and it's free, so you might as well.
It's always good, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be $197 for the first 4 hours. Tell us about the upsells. Tell me what each one does and how much it costs.
Sure. Okay. Well, the first O2O is, we recognize that there's always a section of people that want that extra little bit of hand holding. So both Sam and I's time is fairly limited. So we did the best we could and worked out our schedules. We worked out that we'd be able to give a day a week with a webinar where we'll both be able to jump on there. Sorry, a day every 2 weeks. So it's 2 webinars a month where anybody can jump on and ask us anything, and we'll stay on there for as long as is necessary to answer everybody's questions. And they can ask us anything at all about their ecom business, and we're going to give them advice. So it's kind of like one-to-one coaching, but on a group basis.
Right.
And that's it. That's a recurring at $67. So they can stay in for a month or 2, get out, get the information from us until they feel comfortable to do it on their own. It's just that extra bit of hand-holding.
Okay, so it's, all right. And is there any other upsells or anything?
Yeah, O2O2 is a set of 9 WordPress themes that Sam has developed specifically for ecom. These are themes he uses in his business every day, and they're usually about $100 each a theme, so it's about $900 worth of value for $67.
Okay, and is that a one-time? That's
a one-time payment, one-time deal. You get the whole lot.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, the final one is a piece of outsourcing software. So this is for the people who really have decided, okay, I like the idea of ecom, I'm going to get into it, but I don't really want to have to do all of the work myself. I just want to get other people to handle it for me. And it's a piece of software and training that does all of that for you.
Okay, so it's a software and training. Yep. And how much is that?
That is $97.
All right, cool, man. And just to reiterate, guys, all these one-time offers are optional. You do not need any of them to be successful. I mean, the first one, that's kind of like hand-holding and coaching if you want that, which the course is very in-depth, so you may not even need it. OTO2, that's WordPress themes if you want that, but obviously there are free alternatives out there. They even talk about
100%.
Some of them in the course. Obviously those themes are going to be custom, so they're going to be a little bit better, so that's up to you. And then of course if you want to outsource it, that's what OTO3 is. So that's really cool, man. John, what would you say, I always like to close these interviews the same way, what would you say to encourage people that are just starting out? Like, what does it take to succeed online, or like, you know, what do they need to do to be, you know, successful at this whole online thing?
Well, I think they're in a very fortunate situation. When I first started in 2001, there wasn't anybody teaching any of this stuff. It was like the Wild West. Yeah, I just had to go in there, figure it out, get the scars, and come out the other side. And they're in a very fortunate situation that they're able to tread the path of everybody who's gone before them to work this out. And to that regard, a lot of internet marketing goes in fads. It goes up and down, and Instagram's hot, and then it's not, and then it's Facebook. Ecom isn't like that. Ecom is stable. It's like gold. It's like this. It's on a constant growth path right now, but it's solid and stable. It just came out of catalogs and into the internet. So it's always there. And for a business to get into is solid, stable, and reliable, and something you can pass on to your kids, there isn't, for my money, anything better or stronger.
Yeah, cool, man. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that has been our kind of sneak peek into Ecom Domination. If you're new, it's a complete A to Z thing. It is a little bit expensive, but it's obviously well worth it. It comes with 5 different softwares, all the training you need to literally take you from knowing nothing to being an expert at it. You can turn this into full-time business. In fact, there's a couple testimonials from new people on the sales page where they've done just that, and they're making $10,000 a month. I think what I like most about this, John, is how, you know, they start off and they don't have to have none of that overhead that always holds people back, you know, with Shopify. You know, there's always this fear that you have to buy stuff and then have it sitting in your bonus room or your office or something. And what I like about it is you walk them through from the very beginning stages of starting your e-com business, where there's no cost, to scaling that up to the point where it's like you guys and you're doing 1.6 million. So this is just a really great course, man. And I appreciate y'all putting in the effort to create something so in depth, because I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen an e-com course this thorough before.
No, they're usually pretty light, and it's the other thing, just to touch on that, Stephen, is a lot of people, I mean, Shopify is the big thing I know that everybody's teaching right now. And the one thing that they never tell you about Shopify is that if you don't get those sales, if you don't work it out in that first 30 days, Shopify coming for their money whether you've sold anything or not.
Yeah,
and they'll come for it every single month. And that's the big anvil sitting over your head as a newbie. Whereas under our system, you don't have that weight. You don't have that great weight sitting over your head every month. You can work this out in your own time. If you don't make sales in your first month, okay, it's not great, but you've still got next month, and you're not going to be any further out of pocket. You're no worse off than you were the day you started. Just a little bit of time.
And they have a 60-day refund period if it's not for them. And so it launches Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. There is a pre-launch webinar at 9 a.m. Eastern if you guys want to attend that. There's also some free training. If you click the link below the video and head over to the page and enter your email, that'll get you access to that. Otherwise, guys, this will be $197 for the first 4 hours on Friday. So from 10 a.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern, it's $100 off, because after that it goes up to $297. And if you're new and you're looking for that answer, you're looking for, you know, that one and done, and you're tired of buying these courses and everything else, then I would encourage you to check this out. I mean, because they've really got something special here. So John, I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thanks, Stephen. I really appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'll also have some bonuses listed below. Those are going to help you out if you do pick this up. They're going to tie in perfectly, so be sure to look for those. Otherwise, be here Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern if you want to see the webinar. All right, John, man, I appreciate your time, buddy.
No, thank you, Stephen. Really appreciate it, and thanks for having me on.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye.
See you, brother. Bye.